Hi everybody, so we have the i8 in service today. And so what happened was we had dropped the car off to get it detailed. Remember that video just a little bit back? And while it was there, it was pretty much sitting inside that place, and the battery, the big battery, kind of went completely dead. Well, now it's kind of weird. So that battery is warranted for like 10 years. So wanted to make sure that that battery is in good shape. So we took it down to have it tested, and we did have a problem with the battery. So we're gonna go inside and we're gonna go pick up the car, talk to the service guy, and we'll see what happened with the car. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. Just let me know you'll be coming in today.
Yes, to pick up the i8.
Yes, ma'am.
And we are filming, if that's okay.
I'm okay with that.
All right.
Just make sure you get my good side, okay?
Yeah. Absolutely.
So, by the way, I was watching a YouTube channel.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty cool.
Oh,
you guys
good.
have a lot of really neat, cool cars.
Oh, good. Thanks.
Awesome.
Oh, yeah. Glad you enjoyed it. So
did you have any questions on anything? I think the mechanic did a pretty good job in the video.
He did, and the video is great. So that's
that?
a really cool feature, I think. Okay, so this is the video I'm talking about. I understand it's kind of a new feature for a lot of dealerships, but it's really kind of cool. Check this out.
Just wanted to do a follow-up video for you, let you know everything is good to go. Got that new 12-volt battery in for you. You can see here, this is your old one, kind of a tiny little battery. I was able to test the battery. It had a bad cell, so we finally got the new one in yesterday. I installed it last night, put the car on the charger, so everything's good to go there. I did also just check the high voltage battery for you. It checks for the overall capacity of the battery, which it said was fine. It checks for imbalances in the cells, of which it found none that were out of range. The battery is being discharged and charged, and also fully charged often enough so as not to cause damage to it. So everything with the high voltage battery is good, and now you've got a brand new 12-volt battery. Looking at the date code on this battery, I don't know if I can show it on the camera here. There we go. 2115. So this battery, that's just like a DOT code on a tire. That means this battery was made in the 21st week of the year 2015. So this battery is pretty much exactly 5 years old. Everything is good to go. The vehicle is ready to pick up. I did fully charge the high voltage.
They actually did 2 videos for us and then sent us a few texts and a couple of emails. Amazing communication. And I have to say, you know, I got lots of texts, I got lots of emails, and you guys have been great about communication. And so when I looked through online, you guys even sent the invoice ahead of time. That was pretty sweet. So I was able to go through the whole thing and look through it and stuff, so that was great too. So that was pretty cool actually. I looked through it, everything looks fine. The big battery checked out, but the little battery was bad.
Correct.
All right, and the other interesting thing I think about that battery is that it's VIN coded, so it's something that really kind of needs to be done here.
Correct.
You guys have to set that.
VIN coded, it's registered basically is what they call it. And the reason we register the batteries is the vehicle is now actually able to detect the age of the battery based on when it was last registered.
Oh, okay.
So it'll change the way that it charges the battery based on how old it thinks the battery is.
Oh, that's interesting.
So if we put a brand new battery in there and we don't register it, or somebody does it at AutoZone or whatever and uses an outside battery and doesn't register it, what'll happen is it still thinks that battery is old, so it'll actually overcharge the battery, which weakens the battery faster than it should.
Sure.
So it's kind of got an intelligent battery sensor on there in the system.
Okay.
Too much technology. I miss the days when you could just, you know, hand crank windows.
Yes.
The more crap you have on cars, the more crap's going to go wrong.
That's true. I think it's important, since this thing is kind of crazy and hybrid and all that, I think it's important to understand that there's a high voltage battery and a low voltage 12-volt battery, and that a lot of the systems are still running off that 12-volt battery. They're not running off of 400 volts through some type of inverter or DC converter or something to get it down. And I think that's an important thing that a lot of people maybe don't understand. Teslas have a 12-volt battery for the same reason.
Yep.
Pretty much, I think that big battery is pretty much just for propulsion, isn't it?
For the most part, absolutely. So the 12-volt battery actually powers most of the interior functions of the vehicle.
Okay.
Actually, because of the car is electric, it actually has to heat the coolant fluid.
Yes.
So that if you need heat in the car in the wintertime, if you are driving your i8 during the blizzard, that you're able to defrost those windows.
Yes. The BMW doesn't want a black eye for their systems going bad because somebody was tinkering on it. I mean, they're always going to get a black eye, even if somebody else screwed it up.
Right.
And I know Tesla goes through a lot of that. Things go wrong. and they always get blamed. And so I can understand the manufacturers and the dealerships really wanting to have a little more control because, just as you said, they're way more complicated.
Yes, you know, dealers can be a little more expensive, but we're also held to a higher standard and also retain the ability to truly take care of a customer. You know, when you take it to the guy who's been working on cars for BMWs for 20 years, that means the last time he had certification from BMW was 20 years ago.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So,
doesn't need to.
Right, absolutely. But, you know, a lot of times if those guys aren't able to do the repair, they bring it to us anyway, and then they end up eating the bill, which is the way, you know, it should go. If you're not able to fix it or you mess it up, you need to take care of it.
Yep.
And that's the other nice thing about coming to the dealership is all the OEM parts all have a warranty on it for 2 years, you know, from BMW for 2 years unlimited mileage on there, so you're covered there. Not only that, if we mess things up, we have no choice but to fix it to maintain reputation, which is hard in this day and age.
Well, you're the end of the line. Yeah,
We really are.
Right? So I totally get that. You
got to go to the right place for the right job.
Exactly.
If you were looking to get a carburetor tuned, this would probably not be the place.
Right. Yeah.
In fact, I think carburetors are probably a lot older than some of the people I have back there working on cars.
Right. And the car's under warranty, so all that stuff got done. We got the little battery replaced, the big battery checked. The rear view mirror was replaced because of one of the buttons didn't work on it properly. And the only other problem was that check engine light. And that was just because we didn't get the gas cap on. Oh, that's rather embarrassing.
Yeah, thank you.
It was a pleasure to meet you.
Right. Thank you so much for your help.
You're very welcome.
Thank you.
I hope I was of some useful information for you.
You were awesome. You were great. You're awesome.
Right.
So thank you very much.
Did you meet the car?
I did. Oh, I missed our little car. So here was the verdict and what was going on with everything, if you didn't get all that. So the car has two batteries. It has a high voltage battery and it has a low voltage battery. So a normal 12 volt battery like any other car does. Because a lot of the systems on these hybrids still have to run at 12 volts. So the big battery, if the car's sitting for any length of time, the big 400 volt battery will keep the little battery charged because it's critical that that thing has power. So what happened was that battery was about 4 years old and it had a bad cell in it. So the big battery then had to spend all of its energy keeping the little battery going. It's one of the things you want to look for in, I would think, any general hybrid, even a Tesla, any full electric car as well, because a Tesla has a 12 volt battery too. Remember that all these systems are running off 12 volts. It's kind of weird. It's something you probably didn't think about. So if you've got a problem with the big battery in any one of these cars and it's running down faster than you think, take it in, have it checked. The big battery has like a 10-year warranty on it. This car is still under the normal manufacturer's warranty, so everything we had done, which was super sweet, got done under warranty, which was killer. I have the full prices of everything that we got done on the car, so I'll make sure that you get to see that as well. The first thing they did was to perform a test on the battery, and then that determined that there was a bad cell in the 12 volt battery, so the next item there is the battery replacement cost. And then the battery had to be recharged, and then additional diagnostics. Those are pretty short time periods there. Then the battery had to be registered. We also had them replace our rear view mirror. The first button wouldn't program properly. And then the next was just the R&R the mirror. And then finally, we got the high voltage battery checked, and it checked out just fine. So the total came to $1,202.22, kind of expensive. The check engine light was just that loose gas cap, so that was a no charge. And then if you look at the total without the mirror, because that was a pretty expensive part, it was just $449. And so now we got the new battery in, the new battery was keyed, and the car knows now that it's got a new battery in it as well, which is great, so we can keep an eye on the charging and all of that. And one of the ways to keep that battery in best shape as possible is to just plug the car in, even if it's just going to be sitting for a week and you're not going to be driving it, go ahead and plug it in anyways. It's great because the wall current will then go to charge the little battery and keep it up. And the systems inside the car, the charging systems, can be efficient and keep the batteries at their peak performance and blah, blah, blah. And I mean, it's kind of a thing. So anyway, but that's all it was. Wasn't a huge deal. It sounded a little scary at first, but I think the car is going to be all better. We'll report back later also to let you know how it goes, but I think we're in pretty good shape now. So anyway, well, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you got any questions or comments or anything to say, go ahead and leave it down below and we'll get right to it. So thanks again for watching. Oh, as always, a special thank you to our Patreon supporters. And until next time, safe travels. Bye.